Lorde may be a Grammy-winning artist, but Ella Yellick O'Connor is just your average Generation Zer. And like so many of us, she gets ill, hates showing off, and obsesses over onion rings a little too much. These are some of the things the world doesn't know about Lorde. Lorde may seem like she's in her element on stage, but that doesn't mean she's always dancing like nobody's watching. In fact, she actually suffers from terrible stage fright and, according to Vanity Fair, has a robust prescription of beta blockers to help her cope. These medications help keep the physical symptoms of anxiety, such as a pounding heartbeat and shaky voice, under control. In a 2017 interview, Lorde told Vanity Fair, "I'm a writer first, and writers are some of the most introverted kooks there are. It definitely makes no sense, but I have to bridge the gap and do what needs to be done for the work. I'm painfully shy and I have horrific stage fright." Lorde joined the ranks of acclaimed artists such as Pharrell Williams, Kanye West, and John Mayer when she revealed that she has a neurological condition known as synesthesia. According to the American Psychological Association, the most common form of this ability is colored hearing. In other words, people see sounds visually as colors. Only about 1 in 2,000 people are affected, and in Lorde's case, certain colors correspond to certain musical notes.
Sometimes it's like a bit of a cloud of like color that will hang in the air. Like it's not a flat color, it's like there's depth to it.
In an interview with the New York Times, Lorde admitted that making an album is a very visual process for her. While writing Melodrama, she color-coded each song idea with different hues for different themes. For example, sad songs got one color, while songs about partying got another. She ended up tacking her color-coded notes to a wall to evaluate the patterns and fill in any gaps or rearrange things if needed. She told The Times, "From the moment I start something, I can see the finished song, even if it's far off and foggy. It's about getting the actual thing to sound like what I've been seeing." It turns out that there's really no place more perfect to the perfect places singer than somewhere that serves up a really, really good onion ring. In fact, Lorde's fat-filled, fried-up passion actually borders on semi-obsessive. In an interview on The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon, the singer confirmed rumors that she was secretly behind the Instagram account @OnionRingsWorldwide. That account was exactly what it sounds like, pictures and reviews of onion rings from the singer's many travels.
And the other thing that you can do to really make an onion ring magical is lightly pickle the onion before you batter it up. It's like, it takes on this like acidity and it's incredible.
Onion rings aside, there's probably nothing more relatable about Lorde than the time she burst into tears in the back of an Uber while listening to Rihanna. During an iHeartRadio Secret Sessions event, the singer claimed her single Liability was the result of one particularly painful Uber ride and a well-placed Rihanna song. She had taken a long, angry walk to clear her mind but called an Uber to take her home. That's when the waterworks began. Although she attempted to cry quietly enough that the driver couldn't hear her, Lorde said, "He definitely knew I was crying. And I was listening to Higher by Rihanna. But I listened to that song and I was just crying. And I was crying because I was feeling this very specific feeling of being too much for somebody." That feeling inspired Liability, which she feels gave her a suit of armor and helped her embrace her complicated emotions. Lorde is one of the few artists who has so much raw songwriting talent that she doesn't need to use an instrument to pen her hits. This is kind of a lucky break for her since, according to the New York Times, she doesn't actually play any instruments. Though Lorde claimed Melodrama is an album about being alone, the star eventually had to enlist a collaborator to make her songs come to life. Bleacher's vocalist and singer-songwriter Jack Antonoff. Lorde's artistic process is a rare move in the pop world where most hits are group efforts worked on by a number of all-star writers. In contrast, most of Melodrama is solely credited to Lorde and Antonoff, and in reaching #1 on the Billboard 200, it beat out dozens of other albums which had each utilized whole teams of writers and musicians.